Beneath the city of deceit lies a partially finished, poorly constructed settlement. It is unclear whether that was intentional or not. No city planners could be reached for comment. You wonder how long you've been digging. It's long enough that you don't even remember why you're digging in the first place. You stop to lean on your pickaxe and wipe your brow. You fumble for a handkerchief in your pocket while the foreman glares at your apparent laziness. You thought you were down here alone. You were dreadfully mistaken. You produce the handkerchief from your pocket and something falls to the ground. Before the tentacled appendages of one of your crewmates can snatch it up, you swiftly recover it. 2 tickets to a play in a beige envelope. That's right. This isn't an archaeological dig or some barbaric form of punishment. This is how one gets to the theater. Silly of you to forget that. Maybe you should do more Sudoku to sharpen that mind of yours. But not now. Now is a time for digging. You reach bedrock and effortlessly phase through it. On the other side, you are clean, refreshed, and wearing clothing appropriate to the occasion. You always were a smart dresser, even if in this case the clothes appeared on your body from some unseen source. The theater is a standalone building, surrounded on all sides by burning magma. Despite the inhospitable climate, the show is of course sold out. The show is always sold out. Tickets to the show have never been sold, yet always sold out. It is one of the greatest mysteries of our time. You reach the ticket booth, where a robot takes your ticket, then writes an intricate sigil on your hand as proof that you belong there. The valet takes you to your seat, which is fashioned from discarded Betamax tapes, slightly melted from the heat, but keeping their shape nicely. The shape, of course, of Devil's Tower, New Mexico. This means something, you think to yourself. Once seated, you spy a roving concessions attendant. They are peddling keratin chips and glass shard mousse. My, this is a delicacy you've not had in quite some time. You pull out a wad of Dippin' Dots, which are somehow not melted, and hand them over for your culinary trash. You nosh as the house lights flash twice, to alert that the show will start in a few minutes. You are brimming with excitement. Last time you went to the theater was to see My American Cousin at the Ford Theater with your folks. You anticipate this outing will fare better. The house lights go down and the stage lights go up. The curtain draws to reveal a single cup of coffee sitting on a stool. The audience sits transfixed in silence for 10 minutes, staring at the mug at center stage. If you remember correctly, this cup studied at Juilliard. The act ends, curtain draws. A few moments later, your senses return from the emotional impact of the performance. You haven't touched your treats. You slurp them down and are reminded why you only eat glass paste every so often. It's quite drying to the mouth. You work through whether 'tis nobler to suffer great mouth dryness or be rude to fellow patrons by excusing oneself to obtain a beverage. You opt for the latter. Once at the concession stand, you order a mug of what they used to call water in the time before and drink it quickly, even before paying. The Cyclopean concession worker gives you side-eye with its only eye. You pay for your drink and return to your seat amidst panic yells in the crowd. Oh no, here we go again. It appears that the theater has caught a blaze. Of course, after being conditioned to not yell fire in a crowded theater, the patrons remained respectful of the performance for as long as they could. You see no reason to return to your seat, as it is now likely a pile of slag. You calmly make your way to the exit. Once outside, you see your car awaiting you with consternation. You've never taken her to the theater, and she has not forgotten that fact. Next time, my dear. Next road trip.